Hello everyone, my name is Bisola Amuda and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be speaking about the unspoken rules of male friendship. And I've brought two individuals that I am so jealous and yet proud of their friendship. Please join me to welcome Ayebola and Peter to the show. That's Ayebola, by the way, and this Peter. Thank you guys so much. And it was short notice, but I'm really honored that you'd obliged my invitation. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, anytime.
It's not both of you, just like, yeah. Yeah, hooligans though, don't mind them. Okay, so my first question is, how deep do male friendships really go?
Hi there, welcome to 57 Isaac John Shortlet Apartments. We have two two-bedroom apartments, fully furnished with a built-in kitchen and suite master bedrooms, 24/7 electricity, access to internet. Our facilities are 20 minutes away from both the international and local airports. Come on down, we can't wait to host you.
I think I should take that.
Okay.
For me, the way I like to think about it is it's a continuum, right? There are friends that you just maybe randomly link up with and just play football, and there are friends that you discuss things that are very like paramount to you, even things you don't discuss with like your parents and even people you are seeing that you discuss it with. So I think it's just that continuum. People that let's say acquaintances and people that are like your brothers. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that I just like think about what he says. There's a bit of like it's like it's a spectrum to be fair. Where it's sort of like you tend to have like friends like basically like your siblings, like your brothers, and then you have other friends just like acquaintances, like it's just like old things, just like or like personal stuff. Or most times when there's like little like camaraderie, it tends to create like a very, very strong bond. Where like even if you meet in a certain setting, if like vibes tend to like come like if you get to just like vibe really well, like you could like bridge past that and then you end up having like a very, very strong ally for life or something. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do a bit of comparison between male and female friendship, right?
Okay.
And there's this popular myth of saying that male friends don't check up on their friends as much as female does. So like why? Why do you, if that exists, yes, but then why? Why does it exist?
I mean, I think to be fair, I think it does exist. I think they like just a bias towards the male gender as a whole, where like we don't really talk about like personal stuff like as much. Because there's a stigma or stigmatism like towards like dealing with like emotional stuff. But I think like with time, I think like as generations have like gone past, I think like we've evolved as a gender and we've become a lot more open to discussing certain things that we wouldn't probably like talk about. Like I don't think our grandparents' generations were talking about like mental health or anything, or like are you good or anything, or like but like, I think like with our generation it's a bit more common. So with regards to like how we relate to like females, I think to an extent, I think the female gender does do that better. To be fair, I have to give them like their flowers on that, but I just think like it also kind of depends, to be honest, on like what sort of person you are, to be fair. But yeah.
Well, for me, I think the most important factor is the kind of person you are, right? I don't subscribe to like the conversation that there's a certain way to do things. Certain people would show you care by constantly calling you. For me, I don't even think I have any female friend that calls me as much as Peter does. And Pete, shut the fuck up. And Peter is a guy like I think his way of like showing his day is just to like constantly call you and do stuff like that. But for me, like I'm someone that if I don't constantly see you like that, I might not like be inclined to call you. But like whenever we like meet, it's going to be like good, pure vibe. Even friends that are like brothers to me, right? So I just think it's very dependent on like the individual and the conversation. And yeah, I think that's the main thing, right? So I wouldn't judge any of my friends that don't maybe constantly call me. Same way I would judge like someone that constantly calls me before and doesn't call me again. I think it's just very dependent on like the person.
So what would you say, what's the line between healthy competition and envy?
Well, that's deep. That's very, very deep.
That's why you adjusted your
No,
seat now.
that's very, very deep. That's very deep because of we actually like boil down to it. It's sort of like a lot of people don't know where like the line is drawn. To be fair, you know. But I think to be honest, I think in whatever you're doing, there's this thing that like um my high school like teacher used to say when he was like, if you want to succeed in anything, you have to. I don't know why I remember this, but he said if you want to succeed in anything, you have to find a rival, whatever it is that you're doing, like be it sports, be it whatever area, like you have to find a rival, someone that works harder than you or as hard as you and wants you to work harder. Now, it's not about envy; it's about competition, where it's like you don't want this person to fail, but you also want to be able to like be like, okay, we can go band for band. Do you get me? And like I want to like exceed this person, but I also don't want this person to fail as well. You feel me? Like where it's like I think that's where like a lot of people actually can't have it like confused. Where it's like I have to drag this person down to succeed, you know, and that is that's a very dangerous thing to like have, to be fair, because it's not exactly true because the world is big enough for a lot of people to succeed. Do you get me? Like it wasn't big enough for a lot of people to succeed, then you wouldn't see, you know, investment bankers or like, you know, Jim Diamond or people like, you know, relating with each other. You wouldn't see like what's it called? Influencers or like name it, like actors or like speaking with each other or anything. Like Leonardo DiCaprio and Toby were great childhood friends.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio was actually the one that even helped Toby Maguire get a role in, I think, Big Boy, one movie like that. If you feel me, like it's a really, do you get me? It's like yeah. So like that's healthy competition. It's a good thing. But when you're not trying to just be like, okay, no, even though like I'm not going to do this thing, right? I'm not going to like tell this guy. I'm going to tell Ibola to do it because I don't want him to now succeed. But also, and I pass this role on to him, and like, he now does better than me. No, I can't do that. That's very dangerous because like at some point, like regardless of what it is, if the person is as driven enough for you to actually initially be like, okay, I want to like surpass this person, and at some point, the person is actually going to, you know, pull through and just break through whatever boundary that you are setting for him or her. Do you get it? Oh yeah.
And for me, I think I'm a very competitive person, right? And it's probably like the way I grew up, boarding school, stuff like that. So I just think the best way is when you see somebody that is excelling at something, just tap into the grace. And that doesn't mean that it should be maybe servile to them or you try to. You don't even have to get too close. And if it's your friend, better still. It is just even a good platform for you to even maybe grow through. At the end of the day, we all want to stand on shoulders of giants, so we can like see further ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move a bit into money conversation, right? Would you loan your guy money? And is there like a threshold, like a cap of, okay, I can lend him this, but I will not necessarily lend a friend this certain amount?
This is my guy.
Yeah.
No question.
Any amount, if you have it.
Okay, I think this is it. I think this is it, right? In as much as you want to support your friend, I don't think we should promote irresponsible behavior. So for me, if I'm going to be giving out my money to my guy, it's going to be on the back of me having an idea, how much does this person earn in the first place to even need this money, and what is the money meant for? So if those two things check out for me, I think I can go as much as I can.
Same, like yeah, I share the same sentiment. To be fair, like you're my guy, like need help, of course, no. We talking about like.
I think let's even bring it like to both of us. I don't think there's hardly a week that money don't exchange and between both of us. It is okay, maybe buy this thing for me, do this for me, or maybe okay, transfer this money to me. And even in Nigeria now that like banks just like
acts up anyhow.
Just act up.
Yeah.
You can be in the tight spot and you just call your guy to like. So I think if you're friends with someone and you cannot give them money, I think the person needs to assess their money.
Okay. So let's talk about the dynamics of friendship after marriage. And I know both of you are not married. But my question, no, it's not.
I'm not getting married soon.
What?
Yeah, you're not getting married soon.
Why?
Hey, don't look at me. I'm far.
So you're getting married soon?
I didn't say that.
I'm getting married soon.
You know this is going on YouTube, huh?
I know. Like, are you getting married?
So I have to take a phone.
Why
call,
are you lying to?
Okay. So do you guys think when either of you get married or when both of you get married, do you think the dynamics of your friendship will change? And if yes, why? If no, why?
Okay, let me take this right. For me, if I'm seeing somebody and I'm serious with the person, best bet, the person knows my friends. And we'll probably hang out sometimes with like my friends. I know women don't like that whole group hangout thing, but I just think it's a way to just introduce them to like your friend circle. So when you become when you get more serious, or like when you get married, there's not going to be a need to draw a line as to what amount of time you can spend with your friends and whatnot. I just think incubating your relationship, your girl relationship and your guy relationship together is just very important for you to create that bond. For me, like my idea of marriage is randomly on weekends, my guys come to my house to watch football. I hang out with my wife's friends too. Randomly, I don't have to enjoy it, but I'm going to be there because that's what is important to that person.
Okay.
That's fair. I think I'm not sure if I like. Yeah, I do concur with what he says. Where like if like I'm seeing someone like it's important for them to like get familiar with my friends. I'm not saying be friends with my friends, but like at least get comfortable with them. Do you understand? Because like these are people that like I was relating with prior to like me meeting you. Just because I'm seeing you, just because like I like you or anything, it won't change the whole like. I can't sacrifice like my friends or something. Do you get me? Like so. Hopefully you guys get along. If you don't, then like I guess we'll also like cross that bridge when we get there. But I think when it comes to like marriage, I think the dynamics probably would change, to be fair, because we attention now tends to get like skewed towards my partner and like we can and end up having kids or anything. Now I'm not saying that like I'm still talking to my friends or anything, but like the little things like how far you like you can show or something. You get me? Like it might change. I'll be like okay.
That's like the first time I ever heard you speak Yoruba. At first I was like, is this Yoruba or English? But then I was like, okay, you said Jakashere Jadi. Okay, continue.
Well, it's sort of like if like I want to go out now with like I will have like don't give a sec. Like it also I need to like you good? Like I'm calm. I then to probably go. But like I suppose like when like I'm single or anything like how far? I'm outside. Why are we going to? But yeah, no.
Even for me, I think the idea of joint trips even like fascinates me. Like going somewhere new with like my group of friends that are married and everybody's just there together, like existing together in the same space, but somehow still in our own world. So I don't think there should even be any form of
but it won't be as like frequent anymore though.
I get that. Even right now, like how frequently do you hang out with your friends that are not in the same place as you?
Exactly. So like the dynamic will change when you get married though, yeah?
I'm not married, but I don't know. But like
I keep like hearing stories like when like our parents will be like, oh, they don't really talk to their friends as much anymore, right? And like it's like on both sides, but like actually it's a lot more on like the patriarch side now. I think about it. But it's like we don't like even like my mom was we don't get and go like our friends anymore. Or like even like my siblings' friends are like they don't really get to their friends anymore for like their kids and this and that. And I always like always it seemed like a bit like alright to me, but like I didn't really understand like why because like. I just got married. Like, it's not that deep.
For me, Sha, I just think I think the world is so hard to try to survive alone.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So me personally, I think I'll try my best to actually make that dynamic change. But if it were to change, I don't think I'll be that surprised.
And let's even think about it. Can it just be that people don't just put in effort into their friendship?
I think that's what
because it now requires you to like be way more conscious about like your friend your friend because now you're married, as opposed to like just channeling all your effort into like your marriage. Because I think all those elements are just very important to have a very holistic life. As opposed, I don't know, like I just think that like constantly being with somebody and having like maybe breathing room, if that sounds right. I think it might be choking. So I think it's just very important to just keep your friendship alive, basically.
Okay, let's speak a bit about childhood friendship, right? Do you think it's okay to outgrow your childhood friends?
Outgrow?
Yeah.
Okay, you see, the thing is this. I think in a lot of contexts I've heard like people outgrowing their childhood friendship. I think it has come from them being too self-aggrandizing, right? I have friends that I've known for 14 years that we used to do. Okay, let's say I want to say 14 years, maybe almost 20 years. We probably used to do similar things before, but now we do like we do a lot of dissimilar things. Our paths don't even cross, and of course because of the way life is, you're starting to see like the differences in maybe I don't you can see differences, those normal societal like differences that don't really matter. You're starting to see them, and I think if you start to try if you start taking those differences as something as a very valid input for you to like reevaluate your friendship, I just think it's a very tacky way of thinking, right? It's truly like there are certain friends that maybe you can't hang out with them anymore because they've sort of like derailed, your values don't align. So but I think for people that they still have like maybe similar values with you, and I'm not even talking about I'm not talking about maybe religious differences or maybe political identity, and I'm talking about maybe core things like, okay, you don't think people should do things should do like illegal things for money, and they are doing illegal things for money. So I can get those kind of stuff, but this outgrowing childhood friendship, it hardly happens in those kind of conversations. I think it just happens when people think they have like too big dreams and they have small-minded friends they grow up with and they can't share with them. So for me, I find it very irritating. My friends are my friends, like the ones that have been my friends for like long. They're my friends. When we're hanging out, it's safe.
So you still have childhood friends that you speak
like
to still now?
20 years, 15
Nice.
years. Around like we might not have talked all year.
Yeah, but like you
once
guys are
in a while,
still.
that, it's
Yeah.
fine. Just like okay, I said somewhere far away from like my normal hometown. The friends I made there, like two of them, we still talk, and it's good vibe, man.
Yeah, I was thinking that has to do with the person, like individually, to be fair, because if you're not good with like keeping up with people, like some people like I know, yes,
Okay.
you have something to say.
Yeah, go on.
Well, if you're not going to keep up with people, it might be a bit difficult to like keep up with like old friends. I know that like there's certain like childhood friends that like I don't really speak with anymore as much, because not because like yes, because like, you know, we have different paths, but like also because like it takes a lot more of an effort, particularly when your paths are different. You get? So it's not like, you know, if tomorrow they like I call or they call, like we'll talk it up for like hours or like a long time. Like, you feel you good? You? Cause like I think I even like there's a friend of mine from like high school that we just like recently like reconnected like actually like 2 weeks ago to be fair. And then he like got my head, like, oh forget, what's up, where you been now? They were like, pass me your number, let's like FaceTime. And like it looks like I don't call me like 1 a.m. and we talk like a really long time. Like, how you been? Like, this is you with the beard guy. Why is the voice so deep? Like, so that one. Like, did you hear that this babe got married? Like, and this is that babe that you took to prom. Like, you get? Like,
Yeah.
so,
let me be controversial here. Right?
Yeah.
I think conversations like this, they don't even ensue like male friendship. To be honest. Yeah,
The expression of like, what do you mean?
like, they don't really come up. They don't really come up as much because
Yeah.
let's say like people on like the lighter side of like the friendship like continue. Right? I don't think I care. I don't think I care who I'm playing ball with, or like what they do. So I think they don't. I don't think they really matter that much in real friendship, honestly.
what do you mean exactly?
Like outgrowing friendship.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I don't really think. I don't really think.
So that's what I was even going to say. Like, it's like for like I don't speak like a whole generation. Like you like I'm not saying it's just for the I'm a guy, right? So like I wouldn't know like how people generally like operate with like their own stuff, but like for guys and how I really with my guys, right? It's like even though we don't talk as much, if my guy called me tomorrow, I won't speak to this guy for like 10 years. How far? We'll chop it up. Like guy, how far? I mean, when you did, yeah, lucky, let's link, go to something like go to.
Why are you mentioning you? What if the person is in Amplifier?
Yeah, I'm never. Don't worry, we will link it like bigger or
exactly.
You shall be somewhere.
Exactly. So like all those and I think that's the way it is.
Yeah. But like I think I also think that people should actually like where's camera? Okay, I think everyone that's watching today should put in an effort into like reconnecting with people from the past, because listen, when you are gone, Listen.
How did we get here?
That's a crazy guy.
Well, no, okay, like, oh, like, joke aside, it's like, I think when you're older, right, you tend to look back at like certain events and certain memories, and then you just hope and think that like, okay, how will I be remembered? And like, how, like, was I able to like fully live life? And I think that like you shouldn't just like discard your past. To be fair, like try to reconnect with these people, try to catch up. Like I have a human experience. It's a very underrated thing. It's like a lot of people go to life without having that happen human experience. Talk, laugh, just like don't take life so seriously. To be honest. Like I know that like we tend to get swayed with like daily life stuff, and like life happens. You feel me? You work in this dark, fine, it happens, but like still try to have a human experience. Do you get? That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. I think I'll make it a lot more questions to like try to like link to like with like my old friends. So if you're watching,
And when I'm seriously talking to a babe to like make out time for you
how
guys.
did we get there? How did we get there?
I said it.
Okay, we have more questions to ask, but I think I'll make this a two-part video. The second video, we're going to delve deeper into relationships, right? We've spoken about the dynamics of male friendship. Now it's time to put these guys on the hot seat about relationship questions, finances and relationship. So please ensure that you do not miss that as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe, like the video, comment, share. We want to hear your own opinion also about the topics that we've discussed. And we'll see you next week for the second episode. Thank you.
Hi there. Welcome to 57A Shortlet Apartments. Come right in. Let me show you around. So this is our 2-bedroom shortlet apartments in the heart of Yaba. Over here we have our service kitchens with our gas cookers, the sink, everything is inbuilt. And we have our fridges, microwave, everything ready for your use at our Airbnbs. You don't have to worry about cooking, you don't have to worry about heating up your food. Everything is already here for you. And over here we have a lovely dining set so you can host people and have a nice time just connecting. We have 2 bedrooms, a master bed, which is en suite with the bathroom and the toilets. The room is very spacious. We have a walk area in the room. Very nice TV to relax once you're done working. We also have ample amounts of space to hang your clothes and to also just feel like you're in a place away from home. As you can see, like I said, very spacious. This is another room. If you don't want the TV here, if you have kids also using this Airbnb with you while they're on holiday but they have assignments, it's a nice place for them to work from. And even if you're working from home, you can also work from home comfortably. All our beds are very comfortable and you have a nice time at our Airbnb at 57A Isaac John. What did I mention? Our shortlet facilities are 20 minutes away from the local and international airports, making it so easy for you to travel, to pick up your guests and bring them right over here.